When it comes to cuts, the Argentinian president has cornered the market in political theatre. This week, Javier Milei cemented his love for MAGA and Elon Musk with a silver-plated version of his symbolic waist slasher.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
At this colourful annual convention of Conservatives, Musk's dismantling of entire agencies through his self-styled Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is being enthusiastically cheered on.
Really, the world's eyes have been opened when people see just the vast amount of waste, fraud, and abuse.
Someone's had to go in there and disrupt the place. Elon Musk is leading the charge.
It's not about politics. It's not about political parties. It's about government squandering the money of the American people. So that's the only metric that I think the president, Elon Musk, cares for.
This is exactly what the American people voted for. Elon Musk was very clear about what his role would be in government. President Trump was very clear about that. He had him out at any number of events, to include Madison Square Garden, and he's delivering on exactly what he promised.
Save federal workers! Save federal workers!
America's Agency for International Development, USAID,
the people united,
has been the highest profile victim of Musk's cuts.
Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
The dismantling of its sign, a visual metaphor for its abrupt closure. Bereft employees clearing their desks after decades of service.
To be told that we're lunatics and criminals is just preposterous. And there must be a story behind the animus that Elon Musk has for this organization.
How are you doing?
Van Creedle and her partner are still digesting her sudden change of fortune.
Angry, frustrated, and sad.
She's been suspended from a subsidiary of USAID, but noticed odd changes during video conference calls before she was forced out.
Auto transcription was permanently turned on our meetings. We all became highly aware and sensitive to what our technology was doing. Is this a result of DOGE having interactions with our servers, with our systems and software?
You or your colleagues had any... Steve has asked us to protect his identity as he still works in a federal agency. He fears Musk's men are already listening into his conference calls, so he and his colleagues have taken their discussions off all work devices so they can talk freely.
There's fear of more generally an authoritarian government. Some of my colleagues have set up a after-hours Zoom call to discuss things, and we're making sure that no one's using any work facilities because of worry about being monitored. I never thought things would get this far.
Stop the coup! Stop the coup!
There is growing political blowback to the cuts. Protests around America, some outside Tesla dealerships, a sign of mounting opposition.
The president has great purview over where a lot of this money goes. Now, some of this is going to be litigated.
And this rough reception for a Republican congressman in a conservative area of Georgia, it might not augur well for Donald Trump.
What you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
Those who oppose Musk's cuts say it's not just jobs on the line, it's lives. USAID delivers food in countries like Sudan. Sudden closure of the agency is already having devastating effects.
80% of our communal kitchens had to shut down.
Hajuj Kuka works for an aid agency reliant on cash from USAID.
It became a daily thing where you hear somebody died. I mean, today I was looking at my own neighborhood, and we have a kid who's between 5 and 6 years old, and he just didn't wake up. And this is what happens in times of malnutrition, and you start having people just dying.
But very few at this celebration of MAGA appear to be listening to the claims that Musk's cuts aren't just hurting American federal workers, they're having real consequences around the world. Dan Rivers, ITV News, Washington.